morning, guys. This is the most chaotic video I've filmed in a while. Definitely has some potential. These things. Okay. Hi. Hello. Hey, don't eat that. No, that's not good for you. Hi. Hello. Welcome. We are currently in my studio setup, but we have a little guest with me. Hey Beckley, do you want to come over and say hi? We have little Miss Beckley with me. She is up from her nap, and so she's going to sit on the video. Today I'm going to be giving you an update on my postpartum recovery journey. I am making this video for my personal blog. It is KatieLaurenGraham.com. I'll have it linked below if you would like to check it out. But no matter how you found this video, either through YouTube or my blog or Instagram, however, thank you for watching. I'm glad you're here. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and give this video a like if you enjoy it. So I'm not going to go into details about my birth situation because I have a whole blog post on that, and yeah, I go into detail about my birthing situation. So I'll have links for all those blog posts and videos down below in the description. Be sure to check those out if you would like to. Honey, where you going? Here is my story in a nutshell. I gave birth about 7.5 months ago now to little Miss Beckley. She is my husband and I's first child. And birth went really well for the most part. The only complication we had was after I gave birth, I was bleeding a lot and they had a very difficult time stopping the bleeding. It turned out that I had a lot of internal tearing along my vagina and up towards my... Where are all these things? Where do you find these things? Inside my vagina all the way up towards my cervix, and I needed to have 48 internal stitches. So that is where the bulk of my recovery is happening, but I'm gonna go into basically an overview of my entire recovery. And she's about to grab my camera. No, don't grab my camera. There we go. So I made a previous blog post where I touched on how my body had changed after giving birth. And there are a few things that I would like to update you on that. One of those was periods. I told you that my first few periods after giving birth, I was, for the first time in my life, experiencing cramps. Like, I had never experienced period cramps before. So I was experiencing those for my first few periods following giving birth. I am very happy to report that those have since gone away. So, yay! Happy about that. Got the whole gang in here now. Another thing that I touched on was that I was experiencing extreme hair loss. I have a lot of hair that fell out right here, and it was extreme. It was to the point where I was having to basically vacuum the floor almost every day in the bathroom because I was losing so much hair. It was a lot. I am also very pleased to announce that as of about a month ago, that finally stopped, and I am now finally experiencing hair growth in those areas. I'm getting little baby hairs, so the hair is coming back. So thankfully, at 7.5 months postpartum, I am finally starting to regain hair instead of losing it, which is very exciting to be able to say. So the largest part of my postpartum recovery journey has obviously been with my stitches from my internal tearing. And so I wanted to give you an update on where I am with that. So in my blog post that I made with my last update, I talked about how I was considering going to pelvic floor therapy, but I had not yet made the move towards doing that. And I ended up getting a lot of recommendations from people who read the blog post saying that they highly recommended I go to pelvic floor therapy. They said that it helped them, or they had heard stories of it helping others. And so I ended up opting in and finding a local pelvic floor therapist and checking her out. And I have been going there for the past, I would say probably 2 full months I've been going to sessions. I've been going twice a week for that amount of time. So it's been a lot of sessions. So that is something that I have been doing. And I got, I went in on Instagram and I asked if anybody had any questions about pelvic floor therapy, and I've received several questions about pelvic floor therapy specifically, so I want to kind of go over those. The first question was, have I found this to actually be helpful? Have I noticed a change in my recovery since going to pelvic floor therapy? And the answer is yes. Now, my main reason for going has been pain in my vagina, basically pelvic floor pain, and that's the main reason for going for myself. And I have noticed a decrease in that pain. It is not altogether healed or resolved. I am still going to sessions. I still have another 4 weeks planned out. And I may end up having to extend that even longer, but thankfully it has improved. We are seeing progress, so that is a very good thing. Another question that I got was, what is pelvic floor therapy like? So I would imagine that, like any kind of therapy, it's going to be different depending upon person to person, your individual situation, what your body needs. For me personally, I had a lot of scar tissue, and so it is a lot of helping that scar tissue, my vaginal wall and everything, to become flexible again instead of rigid and hard like it is with the scar tissue. So for me personally, what pelvic floor therapy looks like is laying down on a table. I basically undress from the waist down, and my therapist sits in a chair next to the table. I have a sheet over my lower half, and I have a sheet over my lower half, and she inserts a finger and starts working on increasing the flexibility of the different areas of my body. And we do this for, I would say, probably 20 minutes each session. Each session is around 30 minutes long in total. So they're pretty brief, not crazy long, and I do that twice a week. Another question I got is it awkward? As you can probably imagine, I don't really need to say this, it definitely has the potential. As you can probably imagine, it has the potential to be awkward, but my therapist is really, really sweet and chill and laid back, and we just talk about anything and everything while she is doing her work. So no, I wouldn't say that it's awkward. I'd say I also am one of those people where I'm able to kind of like, it's mind over matter for me. I don't get really weird about that stuff. So obviously if you are more sensitive to those kinds of things, it might be more awkward for you, but for me, I just am able to basically take the awkwardness and put it in the back of my mind, and I think that that helps a lot. Where do you find these things? Another question I have is, does pelvic floor therapy hurt? For me personally, yes, in some places it does hurt. That being said, my therapist is extremely gentle. She's very thoughtful and very mindful of things that could potentially hurt or cause me discomfort. I'm also very aware that the areas that hurt are the areas that need to continue to heal, and so I let her do the work that she needs to do. That's a sign that something needs to be fixed. So yes, in some places it hurts, in other places it doesn't, but my body needs to heal, and so obviously that is going to be uncomfortable. I wouldn't say that it's like a terrible pain, like if you have no pain being a 1 and childbirth being a 10, I would put it, when pain is actually happening, I'd put it at like a 4 or a 5, so, you know, think of that what you will. And most times it does hurt, but most of the time I would say it's just more like an intrusive, extended internal exam or pap smear. If you are familiar with one of those things, then that kind of a feeling, just extended and a bit more. So all in all, to wrap this up with my postpartum recovery journey so far at 7.5 months postpartum, I would say that most things have resolved. Like my body, aside from my vaginal issues, my pelvic floor issues, I would say that I feel back to normal. Like my boobs, my shape, like my weight, everything feels back to pretty much how it was before. My hair loss has stopped. I'm no longer having cramping. So I am definitely very close to being at 100%. I would say I'm probably at 85% just because I need to help my pelvic floor heal. All right, so if you have any questions about pelvic floor therapy, obviously I'm going to recommend you reach out to a pelvic floor therapist itself. Reach out to them because they are the experts. But if you want to ask me any specific questions, I'm an open book. I'm happy to answer them. So feel free to reach out to me either on Instagram or via my personal blog. I'm happy to answer those questions, and my phone is about to die. Okay, I need to wrap this up because my phone's about to die. What you doing, Beckley? Crawling away. If you would like to get more involved in what I'm doing online, you can follow me on Instagram at Katie Lauren Graham. I also have my personal blog at katielaurengraham.com, and I am also a wedding photographer, and you can check out my work at katiegrahamphotography.com. I will have everything linked down below. And be sure to hit the subscribe button for more videos from me, and give this a thumbs up if you found it enjoyable. I will see you in the next video. Have a wonderful rest of your day, guys. Bye. Close down shop, kid.